So I had a few beers 3 days ago during a hockey game, and it was the first beers that I had in the last 6 months. And I can safely say, after drinking those beers, that I do not want to drink anymore. I thought I was being I thought, I've been controlling it pretty well. Not that I've ever been an alcoholic or anything like that, but like I've been controlling not, needing to drink, not needing to eat bad foods. And I've just been kind of pushing myself monthly to get better at all these things. And so, that night I got invited to go to a hockey game, and there was two young guys like me that are down to have a beer for the hockey game. And I said, you know what, I can live a little, I'll have one or two. Ended up having three, all whatever, they tasted fine, nothing crazy. But it wasn't until I was at home, once I got home and I walked home from the stadium, that I realized that I started craving like unbelievably bad food. Like I was like thinking about pizza and hot dogs and just like anything that was not really what is conducive to my goals. And my goals are to get leaner, to eat cleaner, and to fuel my body with the proper nutrition that it deserves. And I knew it. I was like, what could that be? Well, it's like, probably going to the hockey game, probably having like a foot-long hot dog, and then crushing some beers and just like some peanuts. And that just didn't help me control my hunger or anything really. Like I feel like I just like lost control, like having those beers. And I was just saying like, yeah, sure, I'll have another one. Like back in my heyday, I could crush a 12 pack or something like that, crazy. But like now I'm just like, well, what's even the point? Like I'm not getting drunk, I'm not becoming any more wittier or funnier or cooler, and nobody cares if I drink or not. And so I ended up drinking, and I ended up regretting it, because the next day I woke up at 7 o'clock, which is just ungodly for me because I usually wake up at 5. And at 7 o'clock I rolled over in bed and I said, I feel like garbage. And I looked at my watch and I said, bad night's sleep, the rankings are bad. It was all light. It was restless. It was all these things. And it was poor recovery is what it really said. And I was like, oh, not that I'm going to let my watch dictate my entire day, but I'm like, I can feel that. Like, even though when you're kind of have that buzz, or like you have drank some alcohol, you feel like the sleep is good because you're just like knocked out and you don't remember any of your dreams. It really isn't as good as you think it is. And your body will tell you that later. And when I woke up at 7 in the morning, I was like, wow, I feel like doing absolutely nothing, and I feel like I have no goals, and nothing is bringing me out of bed. So I just grabbed my phone, and I rarely do this. I grabbed my phone and I just like started scrolling on YouTube, and I'm like, man, like I just woke up, and every other day for the last like 6 months, I've just been getting up and just like getting after it. I just feel so good, and I feel so pumped about life. And it took 3 beers to basically make me feel like I have done nothing in my entire life, and I felt purposeless, and that was really scary. And I think it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just like a sign of maturity in myself, where I'm just realizing, like I knew I never needed alcohol, but I guess because I've been so healthy now, even just like the small amounts of 3 beers that really did nothing to me, mentally or whatever, actually affect me way harder than I thought it did. And it's not like I was hungover. It's not like I wanted to kill myself or anything like that, but I was just like, I just feel like I'm not motivated to do anything. And why would I want that? Like, I love being motivated. I love being driven. I love doing things, especially in the morning when I have the most energy. And so I was pissed about that. So, I don't know. Like, I thought, I could moderate myself and like be like, and it totally did. 3 beers is nothing, but like, it's honestly not worth it. Like, it's not worth having 1 drink, 2 drink, 3 drink. It's like, I'm not going to black out. I don't want to have a hangover the next day, but what 1 drink, if it's going to affect my sleep, is not worth it. And if I'm going to wake up like I just hate myself and I just like have no motivation to do anything, it's not worth it. And so, yeah, I'm just not going to drink anymore. Like, and I'm totally okay with that. Like, I really like the life that I was living, not drinking. And not that I regret anything. The hockey game was great. I had a good time with a new friend and some new friends, and like we had fun. Like, I won't say anything. I won't diss it. I won't say the drinking made it just shit. Like it wasn't just not worth it or anything like that. No, because it was great. It was a good time. And but maybe it was just a reminder that I don't need this thing, and you probably don't need it too. And if you have this feeling that you wake up the next day and you don't have the motivation to get after your goals, and your sleep is impaired, and then it's time to just take a hard look at yourself and say, hey, I don't really need this booze. And if it's just to watch a hockey game, or if it's to find your reasons why you do things, and if you don't have a reason to drink, which there's very little reasons to drink, maybe a glass of wine with a fancy meal, even then, is it worth tomorrow? Is it worth that next day? So like, remember this, like drinking is taking tomorrow's happiness and using it tonight. And so there's a trade-off you have to make. So anyways, this is just an update about it, and I'm not going to drink anymore. But always remember to rep the set, and good luck out there.